I went on a trip and you had to be very careful about like the food and the water that we were drinking. And
where'd you go? Mississippi?
I went to Bali.
Bali.
Yeah. And I had never traveled somewhere that far. I never traveled anywhere where like I couldn't brush my teeth like in the sink water. I had to use a water bottle. And so I don't know exactly what like, you know, what I ate or drank that like started the whole thing, but a couple days after I got there, started to not feel very well, started having diarrhea, and it was like it started and then it just like wouldn't stop, and I was there for almost 2 weeks. And
like ruining your trip wouldn't stop, or
yeah,
just like
yeah,
like oh shit, I gotta run to the bathroom. Like I'm not going anywhere far from the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like I was so excited for this trip, and I didn't really even get to like truly enjoy it because I felt horrible the whole time. And I was trying to
like
train.
nauseous. What do you mean horrible? Like I have diarrhea all the time. I don't feel horrible. I enjoy it.
Ew, 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 ew. No,
Sorry.
it was like yes, that, but it was nausea, like so nauseous, and like bloated. I've never felt that before, but it's a thing. Like a lot of people, everyone I talk to there says when you come, you get Bali. It's called Bali belly, and basically like it feels like your stomach is full of food, like so full of food, and I hadn't eaten anything, and like anything I would put in my body, if it felt like it just was huge, but I was tiny, like I was losing weight, so it was like super uncomfortable. I was nauseous all the time. Like I was trying to eat, but it's hard to find like foods that I'm used to because everything is like spiced up and it's not like cooked in healthy oils. It's cooked in this like palm oil. And so I just like really struggled to even eat. And I was there until I left the 10th. I got back the 22nd. And then I was still planning on doing Rogue. I got back and it was like my body just shut down and got way, way worse. And then going into it, obviously, like you all saw the post, like I have colitis. So when you go somewhere like that, even if you're healthy, and you know, healthy people go and they get sick, and then there's someone like me who already has a stomach issue and they go, like my stomach was just a mess. So got back, thought I'd be able to get it under control, and it's just taken a lot longer than I thought it would. I had to get on antibiotics that made me feel horrible. And so I just like,
which antibiotics did you get on?
Oh, I have to find the text. There's two of them. One of them, I forget the name. It started with an M, and it was like hardcore. Like it was for hardcore bacterial infections because that's what they thought I got from Bali. And that one, like the side effects were, oh my gosh, it just felt like I was gonna throw up all day long. Horrible diarrhea, headache that's just like pounding. It like I just had no energy to like, yes, metro. Yeah, that one.
I wonder which one Danielle took at the game. She said she took one. She had to be on antibiotics the week before the games. Danielle Brandon. She said it fucked her up, and I was like, yeah, I keep hearing that.
Yeah, like I would go on a walk. That was like, you know, I was trying to move, and like going on a walk would just destroy me. Like I had no energy. Yeah, it was just nuts. Like even if I wanted to train, even if I wanted to eat, like I could not physically get my body to do it. So I kind of like, yeah, I could show up to Rogue and not be my best self, and who knows, maybe I could take 10th place, whatever. Like I don't want to go and do that. I want to go and like show my best self. So my coach and I made the decision, like, let's just take this time, get healthy, not rush the like healing process. Cause in the back of my head, I'm stressed. Like I have Rogan at the end of the month. Like I have to get back. And that was just like stressing me out even more. So once I made that decision, I kind of felt like a little bit better because it didn't feel like I had this weight on my back, like a timeline. So yeah, made the decision, and I know it's the right decision. It's just still sucks, and like I'm just annoyed because I was just very, very excited for this competition.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. Hey, what about when you come back, did you do a parasite cleanse?
No, I got tested for a parasite,
Mm.
which the hospital I went to did not have a great experience because they were supposed to call me with like my results. They did blood, stool, and then yeah, that was it. The blood and stool. And they were supposed to call me with that, and they never gave me my results, and I've called them twice. And I'm just like, well, I assume if I had a parasite, you would have called me. But the antibiotics like killed everything, like even the good bacteria in my gut at this point. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Hey, what is colitis? Like, what's the real cause of it? You know how they'll be like, oh, there's type 2 diabetes, or there's heart disease, or there's this and that, and then like at the end of the day, we know it's because people eat like assholes. What is the um?
I
Does
mean,
anyone know what it is? What it's one of your intestines just gets irritated and inflamed,
yeah, it's the large intestine. It gets super inflamed. Yeah.
and you've had that since you've been a little kid.
No, it's only been 28 since 2018.
Can you just deny you have it? Can you be like, no, I don't have that?
Sometimes I try and tell myself that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I
And
mean,
what can you do to make it go away? You just basically it makes you just so you don't wanna eat, you just wanna drink water. You can't be a professional athlete and
no, I mean, there's different diet, like everyone's different. For me, there's different foods that I know to just stay away from. Um, and just like a very plain diet helps me. I know when I'm stressed, like that triggers it. So before a competition, it's just like it's kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes, I mean, I could go months and months and like forget that I even have it. And then there's times it's typically like in season, certain times where I just feel very overwhelmed and stressed. And like if I eat stuff that my stomach doesn't like, that kind of triggers it. I would say like medications. I've taken different medications that help like calm down my stomach. And then once things are like calmed down, then I'm in like a good spot for a while. Um, Different like natural supplements that my doctor has gotten me on to just like help my good bacteria in my gut. Because I mean, my gut's just been messed up, especially with like antibiotics. I was on antibiotics as a kid and like all the time for strep throat. And
oh, yeah, that'll you up, man.
like that'll mess you up years and years down the line. So it's like
Yeah.
my stomach is just a mess. And
So
yeah,
many people have reached out to me, by the way, when they saw you were gonna be on, like, close friends, and they're like, "Hey, I got that. Hey, I got that. Hey,
yeah,
I
it's
got that."
crazy
Like,
how
that's a
many
motherfucker to
people.
deal with. Yeah.
It's nuts. And like, I mean, I actually know like I know two people close to me who have it, which is crazy. And then like the amount of DMs that I've gotten of people who I had no idea deal with this has just been insane. I'm like, wow. I mean, no one talks about it, but you just kind of assume like you're the only
Well, no
one.
one wants to be like, "I have explosive diarrhea."
Yes, literally.